Hey there. I wanted to talk about something that has to do with the difference between the, let's say, average citizen and those who believe in being prepared at all times. You know, the knife and gun and self-defense community, preppers and what have you. And by the way, I just want to make sure, make clear that I have no intention of portraying those people as, you know, superior to what I called average citizens, whatever that might be. I don't mean to suggest that it is wrong not to be prepared, just to live your life without worrying about possible attacks or shit hits the fan scenarios and like that, everything like that. But on the other hand, I don't intend to say that those people who do that are all crazy nutjobs. Of course, there are probably some who believe that the zombies are coming and they have to, or that the new world order is coming and that the evil government will take everything away and they have to defend themselves. And yeah, there are a lot of nutters out there, that's true. But I just wanted to get that out of the way first, because people always like to jump to conclusions, which they are gonna do anyway, but yeah, whatever. So what I wanted to talk about finally gets to the point. What I wanted to talk about was a news article that I read in the Norwegian media a while ago, and that was a very extreme example which might give you an idea that some of what these people, I'm sorry, I hate bugs, some of what these people are doing might be quite reasonable, actually. And that was something, an event that was really extraordinary for Norwegian standards, because Norwegian cities in general are comparatively safe, and there is quite a low crime rate. The article was about a student in Bergen, which is a city that my fiance and I used to live in. I guess I'm using the term city loosely because it's more like a large town. Norwegian cities are generally not that big, but that's beside the point. This student was on her way back from university and was waiting at a traffic light with her bicycle, just standing there minding her own business, and suddenly a guy comes up to her from behind and rams a kitchen knife in her neck. Fortunately, the knife missed the main arteries right there, and she was brought to the hospital, and she is fine now. She recovered from that injury. But it's a pretty horrific thing to happen. It was in broad daylight, just standing there in public, and suddenly someone just sticks a knife in your neck. That is crazy. And that's exactly what he was, crazy. He was a mental patient who, I'm not sure if I remember correctly, either he was released recently or he escaped, or I'm not sure, but that guy was a schizophrenic. And by the way, I mean the psychologically correct term, schizophrenic, meaning that he's had severe hallucinations and basically lost touch with reality. Not the, you know, the common misconception. The popular use of the term schizophrenic is split multiple personality disorder, which was not the case. But yeah, this is, like I said, quite extreme. And we have to keep in mind that even those people who try to prepare themselves, even those who train self-defense, who even train knife defense and all that on a regular basis, this may catch most of these people off guard, totally. This might have been a trained martial artist with 20 years experience. Possible. It's you just don't expect, when you're standing there, you just don't expect someone to attack you from behind. But this illustrates the importance of being aware of your surroundings and of what's going on. I don't mean being paranoid and, you know, looking around all the time, oh, they're gonna get me, they're gonna get me. Not in this way, okay? Not in the paranoid way, but just being aware of, okay, what's going on, you know, you can't even take it as far as being aware all the time of, okay, what are my possible escape routes, and how can I move here, how much am I restricted, and whatnot. This is, you know, this pushes it a bit for, I mean, for the average citizen, this is probably seems rather crazy, but this illustrates that this might be a good idea, and this is something that humans have largely lost, at least in Western society. Most people, you know, just have their iPhones and iPads all the time, and just looking down, and they don't even see what's going on. You have these examples of people falling into water fountains because they were texting, and falling into open manholes and such crazy stuff, which people like 500 years ago, they would probably have been totally mind-boggled by how inattentive we are. But yeah, that's the way it is. So it might be a good idea to actually try to train yourself to become more aware. And I mean, obviously, you could argue that this is such an extreme case. The likelihood of it happening to you is so incredibly slim that you might as well not bother with it at all, because most people never encounter such an attack in their entire life. Others do it on a more or less yearly basis, or maybe even monthly, I don't know. Some people have a rough life. But it's not that likely. But what does it harm to train yourself? Sure, it does take away some of your time, but you can, you know, exercising, having workout is always a good idea, and these also mental exercises, like you know, training yourself to be aware of the surroundings, that also trains your brain. So it is definitely healthy for you either way you look at it, and this is one of the reasons why many people are doing these things, you know, training self-defense and carrying self-defense weapons on them. Be it batons or knives or whatever. They do have a point, even though it's quite unlikely. I mean, another thing that is incredibly unlikely, the lottery. But there is always a winner, isn't there? No matter how incredibly low the chance is for you to win the lottery, every time someone does. So it does happen. Yep, that's it for now. Don't expect me to end this video with any clever catchphrase, because I have none and I don't care.